Right, it's Tuesday the 30th of June. Here we are looking out the window of the probation office in Cobden Street in Leicester. And the reason we're here today is Stride have opened a new cafe actually in the probation offices. Hi, so this is Shaun Sterland. How you doing, Shaun?
Very well, thank you. Yeah.
Cool. Can you tell us a little bit about what's been established here and the reasoning behind it?
Well, what we've got here basically is it's the Total Learning Cafe. It's the Learning Cafe. It's TLC, we've called it basically. It's for training offenders or anyone that's coming back into the community, really, if they're on any projects or they've got any orders. And we are training them through a series of 5 weeks on a knock-on course, which we are then assessing them on to gain the qualification.
Okay, so will they have to have basic food hygiene standard training before they can work with you in order to get that 5 weeks?
Yes, it's a must. Yeah, it's a requirement really before we take them onto the actual course. And then obviously what we're doing is we're going through a 5 weeks process where they're assessed right the way through the system, but we use it as a working in progress cafe. So they'll be learning as they go with anything that we are making or producing to sell in the cafe internally and externally as well.
Okay, now you've also got a cafe in town, haven't you?
Well, it's
Stride
over
run,
at Belgrave. It's part of Stride. It's an operational centre for training, again, 14 to 19-year-old students, and we're training them there as well. They get assessed just the same, really, for MVQ levels as well. We use that also as a backup base for a central production kitchen for what we produce here. It's a very busy buffet service that we offer here over at Probation Service.
Okay, well that's brilliant. Well, thanks very much, Shaun. Good luck. And like I said, what we'll do, we'll come back over the coming weeks and just film how you're getting on and maybe talk to some of your placements as well, yeah?
Yeah, no
Okay,
problem.
what we'll do is we'll swing over and we'll speak to Simon Doran, who's the Senior Probation Officer here at Cobden Street. Hi Simon, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, John.
Good, good. Now we've just been taking some photographs, no film obviously, of some students that have just passed some, is it literacy and numeracy courses and stuff like that. Can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Well, the centre here, the cafe, was of course well placed to provide all the catering arrangements for it. Leicester College come in and they actually have, we're almost like a sort of an outreach centre for Leicester College. So our learners who come voluntarily, albeit part of their order, but they all choose to actually come here and engage in learning. And some of them do some maths and some of them do some English, and they get the qualifications that they perhaps could and should have got when they were younger. And it gives them a second chance to actually get all their qualifications up to standard. So today we're just having a bit of a presentation day and a lunch to say thank you to our volunteers and the staff and also to the learners who put themselves out to actually pull themselves up by their own bootstraps.
Now, when you come into the probation here at Cobden Street, there's actually some workshops as well, isn't there, on the left-hand side as you come in? What sort of services are they about, and who would be?
They're part of community payback, and that's another part, an important part of the work that we do, where people actually pay back to the community for any harm that they cause to individual victims or society in general, and also learn useful skills at the same time. So in there's people actually doing their hours of actual hard graft, but also some people are using that to actually acquire new woodworking skills, new skills in horticulture, and now, of course, new skills in... Yeah, cheers, Gary, well done.
And there we have someone actually saying thanks very much for what he's achieved. You know?
Well, fantastic achievement, and at the moment he's also signing on, so he needs also to make sure that he gets down to the job centre to reassure them that he's been legitimately occupied for the last half of the day.
Now, you just mentioned in the little talk that you gave in there that this is your final week here before you move on. I mean, feel free to tell us where you're moving on to, but what have you found has been the most rewarding from your personal point of view as a probation officer, now a senior probation officer, in all your years in the probation service, about running somewhere like Cobden Street?
Well, I'd like to just bring somebody else in here, or a couple of people. Our coordinator, Kathy Smith, but also the person who's done most of the work in setting up the Learning Cafe, TLC here, and that's Selena Duckham. And you need young, enthusiastic probation staff who've got the will to actually take a project and make it happen. And I was just privileged to work as an administrator, really, and a team leader and manager with people like that over the years to try to get all the people that we work with in the probation service to have as many opportunities for learning as they can possibly offer them. And since 2004, it's been my privilege to work here in the team with, we were first called the skills development team, now the employability team, cracking group of staff who help people not only to get their qualifications but to make the crucial transition into work. And I think this actually encapsulates all of what we're trying to achieve. And I've, to some extent, run out of steam, I suppose, in terms of the sheer energy that you need to get a project like this off the ground. But people like Kathy and Selena have still got all of the energy and the will to actually overcome all the obstacles. If you look around you, if you pan around you, John, and all of this, none of this existed just a matter of a few days and weeks ago. It's all been built up from scratch. Malcolm Jones, Selena, lots of other people have been involved in doing it. And now a whole succession of learners will be able to come through here. We'll learn all about hospitality skills, we'll learn all about catering skills, and in the meantime we'll get more math skills, more literacy skills, and then be able to actually move into work themselves. And that's what it's all about.
Fantastic. Well, thanks very much, Simon.
It's been a pleasure.
Catch up with you soon.
Thanks very much.